One more map. One more map is all that separates Party Astronauts and Boss from the Pro League, but only one of them can cross that threshold. Only one of them can walk through that door into the big leagues. For Party Astronauts, it'd be a return, but only 2 members of this squad were on that Pro League team. For Boss, be new experience for 4 of them. Only WolfY reached those hallowed halls before. Either way, so much rides on one simple map of Vertigo, and we're getting spicy aggression from Party Astronauts. There's already a player in towards ladder. They went for the mid thrust, but seeing all the presence there, Boss realizes the A defense has to be light, so they're taking this space. They're rocking up the ramp. But as I say that, look at this. 4-man rotation in. This could get spicy.
Yeah, Ben's waiting with a flash, and there's going to be a smoke tossed out. Oh, what a swing from WolfY. Cxzi is victim, and WolfY can't get more. Great response from Chop and Pun alone, but numbers are even. Yeah, still even. 2v2 and Freshy. Oh my goodness, the re-aggression makes it a 2-piece. Viz, last one, 1v2. Freshy
so
on
low.
notice. He just needs 50 points.
Just needs the body shot, can't do it. Freshy staying alive there, getting those 2 kills. Look, we saw a lot from Freshy when they were in the upper bracket.
Yep.
Right? He was the most impressive performer. Tonight, it's been a little quieter. We had Darty, we had Brett popping off there on Ancient. We had Cryptic, massively impressing.
Yeah, Crypto was crazy.
We could use a little more from Freshy if they're going to take this.
For sure. And looking at their last Vertigo was a win against Nouns, which is nice. 13-6. Cryptic and Darty both top fragged at 18, and Darty was the best player in terms of ADR at 98.4. So, I mean, certainly would be great to see Freshy pop off. But on the other side, the Party Astronauts, I mean, they were pretty quiet over that last map. Cxzi in particular, below a KDR of 1 for the first time, perhaps in these playoffs. Well, I don't know in the playoffs, but certainly is his worst performance for a while. Nice, yeah, from Poland.
This spot, though, for Brett, he's in a weird spot. He's kind of surrounded. Eventually goes down, takes 2 for his efforts. So Brett has more than done his work here. Couple Mackies picked up. The unarmored Mackie is always a tough ask. But Chop will somehow, despite the aim punch, get that through. It's an expensive round, considering this was just base pistols, John. There's a little something to take out of it for PA.
Yeah, no question. I mean, look, 3 players need to reinvest here on Boss. You're going to see it after their buy-up comes through. That money's going to be low for Brett, Darty, and Freshy. Indeed. I mean, the other 2 have above 3K, but it would have been far superior for them if more than 2 had survived, and that money was looking great for the majority of their squad in case they lose this round. Anyway, 4 A1Ss and the FAMAS coming through for the Party Astronauts. And looks like it's going to be a 2-1-2 split. Viz pretty aggressive with Chop here towards the top of the stairs at B. Oh, Darty almost dead. 3 HP, hanging on for very life in this round. Cryptic on the other side, trying to help out his teammate. I don't know. What do you do if you're Boss here? They're kind of trapped at the B site, so I think they might swing around and group up towards A, where they have 3 players going near this ramp. Opponent on the other side.
It's a little telegraph now. A lot of utility behind it. They're not making a secret of this ramp take. Ben can rotate quickly, but the actual utility of these players remaining, they've just got some smokes. Here comes. First shot misses, but Ponaloni gets it on the second swing, and he's going to double dip. Cxzi there to follow it. He is traded. But Ben Leet sliding into the angle. The bomb is dropped. That's the big issue. That buys time for the rotations to come in. Ben Leet knows he can't die. That's the cardinal sin here. You can't die before your teammates are here. Planting. That's going to be a tough ask. Good shot from Cryptic. They know where both players are at this point. There are no more secrets. It's all about the brawl. Ben Leet dancing, dipping, diving, surviving, but not finding the killing blow. A protracted fight. Ben Leet trying to bring his allies into the fray, but they could do no aid.
Oh, that should have been a Party Astronauts round, honestly. They had such a good hold towards the top of ramp and then kind of wilted away. Look at that, Pwn and Cxzi got 3 combined. Cryptic and Freshy were able to pull it together. Cryptic continues his solid farm from that previous map, and Freshy hasn't died in any of these first 3 rounds, 5-0. Party Astronauts, that was their first buy round, and, well, didn't go the way they wanted. They're going to lightly invest into this one with some pistols and util. Ben gets the armor, and they're going to push down the ramp. Why not? Give it a shot. WolfY gets one, fully blinded. Freshy supporting him, though. Cxzi does manage one, but I think that might be an isolated frag at this point, because Viz is gone, and Cxzi's the last one. AK upgrade would be great to carry forward, but I doubt Boss is going to let him do that for free.
Yeah, they've got to the point where they can hunt at least Brett on the Mac 10. You can see he's flying into the fray. Woo, and he's jumping. Looked like he was dead to rights, but a little bit of nifty movement there. Someone's been in the Cxzi servers.
A little bit of BM there, too. All right, Brett.
All right. Cxzi has cooled off.
Well, maybe a little early to do that, and I don't think you want to light that fire again, but hey, his choice.
Get in his head. Yeah. Psychological damage. Let's see. Pops out for Pwn alone. Pwn, here it's Cement. He's looking. Cxzi finds the first. So there we go. Getting a little bit of revenge. Now the bodies are dropping. Tags onto WolfY as well. Will find the kill. Cxzi rerouted. Came out of the side hall. Came around to try and get his offer out of there. The rescue mission is a success. Pwn alone. He's out. And Cxzi back to hunting. Spraying his body. Maybe you awoke the sleeping dragon.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do that. Not up for to nothing. Especially when it's anything but a sure thing. And Cxzi, there's just doesn't take much to get him going once more. Viz is going to get the headshot on Darty, and WolfY the last one standing, and he was the lowest HP player. 4 points of health remain, and 47 seconds for him to decide what he is going to do. I would imagine a save is going to be attempted here, and yeah, he's going all the way back here.
I mean, there's no need for them to hunt. There's no reason for them to hunt. They're not going to do it. They need this money to build. 4 players alive is a blessing. So they'll wait 30 seconds. We got a little bit of time. And WolfY, you know, I mean, you can basically take your hands off the keyboard. It's going to be fine. You will be fine there.
Pretty sure that's what he did. He's just
chilling
frozen like a statue.
Taking a nap. Power nap. Discussing what they want to do into the next round. I mean, this is a great way to get on the board. There's no better way to do it. Cxzi, he's been the standout performer of the playoffs. Getting him activated again. Look, if Brett spraying the body is what you needed, whatever you can tack on that bulletin board, whatever you could do to get him waking up. Yeah, I think he remembers. I think he took issue with that.
Yeah. Don't give him a reason to crank it up a notch, man. Oh, goodness. Well, 1-4. Party Astronauts on the board. And the money is starting to run dry on Boss. They still will be able to pull together a nice buy-up, 2 AKs, 2 Galils, the op. But on the other side, I mean, Party Astronauts, as we mentioned, 4 players alive in that previous one, building up their economy a little bit. Strong util coming into this round. Viz tossing the nade down, but that's not going to connect for any damage. It's just to keep Boss back and at bay.
Where are they putting WolfY on this T side? Because this is the op. That's the change-up, right? He dropped his gun over, picked up the AWP. He's in ladder.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Gonna try and make a move in towards mid, linking up with Brett. Shop up on top of the box.
That's an off angle.
It could be a little unusual. Can he catch the upper? No, WolfY was ready. He's familiar with their shenanigans. Does he expect Bentley? Will they even test this? They got the 5v4. Seems like they're willing to back away.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Pull it back, burn some time off the clock, give Party Astronauts something to think about. Obviously, having that player there at mid helps for information, so the Party Astronauts won't have to over-rotate. They still have to keep Bentley posted there. Brett sticks around. Bentley wins the fight. 4v4. Yeah, absolutely. Now they have an inkling that they're going to be at the B site, but that was just a ruse. Boss are rotating back. They're on the ramp. 2 players here to receive
Cxzi's
them.
coming looking.
Mm-hmm.
Cxzi's coming looking. He's going to be the contact man. He's got the first. Not able to get the second, though. Couldn't reset. Couldn't back off, and Pwn alone lost. Now this is a catastrophe. You got no presence on the site. You don't really have the util to get back on. Ben Lead's going to try and deny. But way too late on that Uti to get the planter.
Oh, hold on.
Is though. Flying into the fray. Got it down to the 2v2. WolfY's looking high, but he's got the player low. Comes down to the clutch. Ben Lead's solo. It's got to be a headshot. Headshot, and that might not be enough. Here's the swing. Here's the check. Cryptic comes out on top in the battle of the IGLs. And an immediate answer back for Boss.
Oh, man. A little more HP, and Ben wins that fight. He just got too low in the previous one, and Boss managed to pull it back. WolfY, despite the fact that he missed that shot at the end, he was very critical in ensuring this round came through, because he got the second frag looking towards scaffolding, right? Expecting the player to be cycling around there, which was a perfect read. And then the follow-up on a nice little peak shot to take Viz out of the round. So 5-1 in favor of Boss. A timeout going to be called by the party astronauts because they don't want things to slip away here. Their economy was still healthy enough to justify the buy-up here, no question. The only one who's a little bit limited, I would say, is Cxzi. But he's pretty serviceable with the MP9. I'm not too worried about him. 2 A1Ss and the AWP round out the buy here. On the other side, it's not great economic-wise for Boss either, because they've been winning these rounds, but it's been very tightly contested. So I would say if Party Astronauts get a second here, they could easily pull it back and bring us to a tied scoreline. If not, oof, becomes a bit of a problem.
A swing around. Pwn alone gets the opener. That's Brett shut down. And mid on lock for PA. Doesn't start much better than that. Seems like it's going to be the B probe. There's 2 players here. Fizz and Shot both playing the angle. A lot of utility as well to try and hold off a push. This could be a bit more resistance than Boss are anticipating. There's the spot. There's the shots. No kills just yet, but the nade, not even that punishing, frankly. Still, they hold the assault at bay. Don't give anything up. And Boss walk away empty-handed. So they'll try A. B's closed. Come knocking down the street. It's like a kid on Halloween, you know? Oh, this house isn't giving out candy bars. This house is giving out fruit? Come on. Where the king-size Snickers at?
Cxzi. Oh, this is a good peek. Maybe? Yeah. WolfY's gone. Cxzi goes for a follow-up. Ben gets the trade, and Freshy's got another 2 to his name. Missed shot from Pwn. It's still an advantage for the party astronauts, but that missed shot gives up the space and allows the plant to come through.
And this duo has been deadly. Cryptic and Freshy. This is not a duo you want to tangle with. They may not expect Cryptic to already be so close up. Last time they played from the ramp, they're never expecting Cryptic to be here. 1, 2 found. Wow. Cryptic's just done it himself, and Freshy there for the final. That's a beautiful play. This duo is starting to take command here on Vertigo, and they do it again.
Oh, that's just such a beautiful play from Cryptic. They didn't expect him to be that close. He gets the first one for free, and they're trying to come through the smoke on the other side, and Cryptic has the advantage again. And even when he's not ready for that third, who else but Freshy to be there to support him? Like you said, dynamic duo. They continue to be strong here on Vertigo. 6-1 in favor of Boss. Timeout, though, regardless of the round victory, being called by Boss to talk things over. Maybe because that was a nice little clutch. Comms might have gotten a little crazy. They're getting excited. Pro League spot in the line. Just got to keep their cool and keep their heads in the game. Goodness me.
Goodness, indeed.
I mean, for
Nade
Boss.
stack?
Sorry, yeah, maybe. I was just
Like,
going to say.
Oh, go ahead, John.
No,
I'm
I was
just
just
saying
going
silly
to say,
shit.
for Boss, it would be absolutely unreal for them to go from, I think, missing the playoffs 2 seasons ago to a Pro League spot in season 46.
Truly unreal. Truly unbelievable. Based on the level these players have been at before, it's been a meteoric rise.
Yeah.
right? It's we were talking previously about a team, you know, where the 5 players become bigger than the sum of their parts. This is one such roster where these players are elevating beyond any level they've competed at before. It's a little magic something. Let's see if they can take it all the way. Bit of a Cinderella story, and Pone alone, well, he's turned into a pumpkin. Viz in the smoke. Eventually has to move out. He will get one, but that might be all she wrote into this round. Bomb going down. Cxzi checked on the flank. No issues here. And a wounded Ben Leet, the only threat. But if he gets a gun, that's at least something to take out of this round. And now Ben knows he's just pulled off the heist of the century. But he's not satisfied.
Are you kidding
Just with
me,
the
Ben?
safe. He's going for the whole vault. And that's security in the form of Darty, catching him red-handed.
I mean, I think that's Ben saying, look, we're down 6-1. Maybe I can try some heroics here. I have a buy-up in the next round anyway. But I still think it's better to save the AK or try to get away from that situation if you can. He's probably realizing or thinking in his head, maybe someone's on the flank. I don't know if I can even save. My health is low. The bomb might just finish me off. So, I don't know. Either way, 7-1 for Boss. Party Astronauts will have the full buy. AWP available for Pone alone. Cxzi tossed the Molotov. They're already up ramp. Look at this quick push from Boss. And they get the opening frag. Cxzi gets one, but he straight it out immediately. I can't even speak anymore. 4v3 in favor of Boss. Pone, along with Chop, try to close the distance here and restructure the site in their favor, but it's going to be tough. WolfY's already here, and he catches the shoulder of Chop.
Look, we've been waiting for WolfY to come alive in these playoffs. We've been waiting for him to take command of a map. Seems like Vertigo suits him just fine. Oh, the timing. The timing on Cryptic. Ay, that one's going to sting when you watch it back. But look at the positioning still. You got Brett working his way through mid. They still got a minute here. You've got Viz trying to go for an aggressive positioning on B. Brett has his choice of things. The only potential blunder here is if they decide to bail out and go back B, and they run right into Viz. But Brett's just going to try and pinch onto the A site. It's the correct read. It's the correct call. And with that kill, it's the round. They've got the site. They've got no more resistance here. The bomb's going to go down, and it's going to be 8-1 on the board for Boss. This is catastrophic. This is self-destruction from Party Astronauts. They're getting nothing.
It's sad for them, honestly. But they're...
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was just saying, it's tough to point to any one issue. They're getting close in a lot of these rounds. They're getting them into the clutches, into the 2v2s, into the 3v2s. More often than not, they've had a lot of good post-plant scenarios. They just can't close.
Yeah. And I think Cryptic, along with Freshie, have done such a great job working together in those post plants. A couple of rounds belong solely to them. Not to mention that the trades have been really the story for Boss. They are always right there, especially in this round. And if you look at their stats in the regular season, I talked about this last time, but 3 of their 5 players were in the top 5 for KAST. I mean, I think it was WolfY, who was number 1, if I'm not mistaken, or number 2, excuse me, Freshie number 3, and Darty number 4, all in the 79% range. So yeah, it's a team that's very well structured. They work well together. They play off each other exceptionally well, and you're seeing it here on Vertigo with this 8-1 lead.
I don't know what to talk about in that timeout. I don't know what to talk about in that timeout. They better come up with one hell of a speech, one hell of an answer. Because the time for solutions is fast slipping away. They got to mount some sort of a defense here in these next few.
3 in a row, Mike. They just need to get 4. They're good.
I mean, even if they wind up with 3, that gives you something to play off of. But they're going to eco out this one. Slight upgrades on. Don't want to make the mistake here. They don't want to bet it all right now. Look, you're right. The Ds can be deadly. Maybe that kind of dynamic play is just what they need. Viz, though, won't get anything with the lone rifle. Cryptic is right to assume, seeing the M4, that there's got to be at least one more close at hand. Ben lead down. The bodies are dropping. The pieces are falling off the chessboard. This is starting to look
Oh, wow.
a little bit like checkmate. Freshie doesn't even know, but he tacked another player on that spray. Ponalone might have the element of surprise, but that's about the only positive narrative I can spin for them right now. That's a slim one at best. Surprise gone. Nade on. Ponalone out of there. The bomb will be planted, and Chop's best bet is to save this M4 into the next. It's another dominant round. Yes, this one we didn't see much for Party Astronauts. It was limited on the buy, but they get nothing.
I mean, Chop might be able to save the A1S into the next round, but yeah, it was just absolutely nothing going their way. Boss picking them apart. Rotations are good. They're really doing a great job of getting in the heads of the Party Astronauts and not telegraphing their plays, which is the key to success on Vertigo, because rotations can happen so very quickly. 9-1 for Boss. They are only 4 rounds away from the spot in Pro League and also that grand final here in ECL Season 46. This is wild.
It really is. Just a reminder of their storyline this season alone. This was a team with Slight who were part of an organization. The organization cuts them, keeps Slight, who was at the time their star player, right? Their AWPer, cuts the spine out of the roster, tosses them out immediately after their first ever Euro tour for most of these players. They decide to stick together. They keep the spot, since obviously they are the core of the roster. Named themselves Boss. Pick up WolfY after he gets removed from M80. And now they're 4 rounds away from the ESL Pro League as an unsigned team, but we might finally be finding some fight for the Party Astronauts. Viz collects on B, Cxzi on A. The 2 sites hold strong for the first time in what feels like a long, long time. It's not done in this round just yet. Party Astronauts might just be finding a little bit of space.
Still a lot of time here for Boss. Minute 10 on the clock. They could go for a boost here above the stairs. Viz is a pretty solid B anchor on Vertigo. So, yeah.
Ben comes off of mid to throw the flash, and that's just as the mid player moves over. The timing is brutal. Brett finds the perfect moment to strike. Viz is gone as well, and it is fallen apart. This house of cards has come tumbling down. They built it on a fault line, John. And cards, they're not earthquake-proof. The bomb is planted. Cxzi and Ponalone, they're making a desperate attempt here because, I mean, you can't blame them. It's the time for desperate measures. But who's going to be the hero? WolfY's missed Cxzi. The door's back open now. Door's back open. Cxzi making it happen. Finding some of that fire once more. Ponalone on the smoke fade. It's just cryptic here. Oh, by the cooling. And Ponalone, he'll do it in the nick of time, but that one's all about Cxzi. Finding 2 from the flank, forcing Cryptic to look away on the last.
He was dancing around that AWP, honestly. He's just trying to get the information. I don't think he was spotted throughout all of that, and then wins the fight as soon as the swing does come through for the op. Afterwards, he continues pushing forward, manages to get the second, puts so much pressure on the last player. Yes, they get him to get dropped down to dirt, but the trade is immediately there, and a second round. That is just... a round that felt like it was in their control, slipped away from them, which led to a bomb plant, but they still pull it back, which is good. He bossed off double digits, but the bomb plant and all the money here that Boss has means they can still go for a full-on buy, and they'll be fine in the next round as well. Cxzi's been that star player for them, though, Mike, and I mean, he's injecting life into them. I feel like they lose that round, Mike, and it's curtains.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. It was a 4v3. It was advantage on a 5v3, actually, at one point, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think so.
Got to follow it up, but at least a little bit of life here from Cxzi. Oh, he's betting it all. He's betting it all. He's found the first, spots the rest, but oh no, it's 2 back the other way. Ben Lee now needs to step up. The hero of the last round, he's not going to be here. So the captain's got to do it all himself. Teammates will be on. They've got some utility to deny the plant. Molotov will be deployed for that purpose. Brett rebuffed. Oh, the nade popper on the smoke. That's bold, and it works. Chop collects. That drops the bomb, drops the C4, but WolfY's trying that angle. He's come hunting. Freshie wants a plant. They lured in from the wrong side. Bomb down.
Oh.
Darty there. And it's all on shop. They're stacked up and there's just not enough bullets.
Oh, no.
10 rounds for Boss. They'll send us to the half with just 3 needed to book their spot in the ESL Pro League. One more half. One more half. That's all we need. All we've got left. And for one of these teams, for Boss, the road to the Pro League is a very short one. But for PA, at least they picked the right site in this pistol round.
It might not be the right site for long, though, because they threw that Molotov and they're not really going up towards it, so reinforcements come through. Okay, Cxzi gets the headshot, so that will help. Bomb plant is pretty much assured. No! WolfY's going to charge through. 3 of them going right out. Darty gets friendly. It's falling apart for the party astronauts. Now down to a 3v3, but Pone alone gets hit hard, and he still doesn't have that bomb control. It's down on the ground.
Yeah, and it popped out on the edge of the smoke. There's no way to recover it without finding these kills. They're just going to have to take these frags. Cryptic denies everything. It's all onto Viz. He can't even find the first. Oh, no. It's fallen apart. It's burned up an atmosphere for Party Astronauts. And how many times have we said that this map? How many times, John, have they been in a good spot, in a good position, had map control, had man advantage, had utility, and it just doesn't matter?
This map used to be a ban. Insta-ban for the Party Astronauts. They only recently reintroduced into their pool, and I was saying it was trending well because it was, but still it's not one that they have that many reps on, and it's showing right now. Those rounds they would close out on any other of the other maps in their pool, the top maps in their pool anyway, just isn't happening here. 11-2 for Boss. Freshie, oh my goodness, he's stepping into a Molotov or something?
I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but he is low. Tagged up, maybe just spammed up, getting into the corner there. That's gonna be about this mid contact. Brett's been great tonight. Not this time. Uppercut shot. Transfer from Cryptic.
Oh, wow.
And Cryptic wants to be in the Pro League. Cryptic can taste it, and you cannot deny him. Darty getting up close on these pistols. The SMG might be enough. The USP required. And indeed, it is.
Wow, look, I mean, that
One
situation
round.
for Cryptic, yeah, 1 round away from that Pro League spot, but that situation for Cryptic, it's tough. He could have only gotten one because those pistol swing around the corner can quickly overload you with the rifle, especially with his teammate going down the momentum kind of swinging in favor of the Party Astronauts, but he still hangs on to get a second one, and that's the difference maker. His team can then close out the rest, and it's 12-2. Like you said, Mike, one more round, and Boss are in Pro League.
One more round. One more round. Cxzi though will find Brett getting a little ambitious, trying to go for the ladder dive. Respect the hustle. You're feeling a lot of confidence right now. You got some rounds to play with, but that one's not gonna happen.
Oh boy. Oh goodness me. Okay, trade is good. Pwn alone, finding Freshie, still the man advantage. Viz gets another on Darty, but Cryptic is right there. Man,
Yeah.
He is everywhere he is needed.
This guy's been unreal. This guy's been unreal. Reminder, he's their IGL. He's calling for this team right now, and he's top fragging, and he's been consistently doing this. Star player, IGL, whatever you need him to be. Cryptic will deliver! And he might have just delivered Pro League. Cryptic, he might have done this with his 19th kill of the game. Now the flank is on. WolfY's creeping up the stairs, and it's done. Boss on through. Boss, the team that was dropped halfway through the season, the team that no one expected, they've done it. They've run all the way through the bracket. They've made it here. They are your second representative of North America at the ESL Pro.